and I regret nothing.
The Hometown Morning Show with Tori and Kyle, 98.1 FM and AM 1220.
8:41 on this Wednesday, October 2nd. Good morning and welcome to the Hometown Morning Show with Tori and Kyle. Special guest in studio now. It is Steve Wooten from FMI Aerostructures.
Structures. Good morning.
And how are you, Steve?
I'm good. How are we this morning?
We're doing fine. We set you up with a cup of coffee. How's the coffee? Is it doing okay?
Coffee was delicious. Thank you very much.
Fantastic. So we're off to a good start,
Good start.
Steve. Okay. So for those of our listeners who don't know what FMI Aerostructures is, can you give us a brief description?
Absolutely. We are a manufacturer of airframe components for both the commercial and the defense industry, which means basically we build the structure parts of an airplane. So everything that flies, whether it's a 747, a 380, or something, we build those structural parts for the airplane.
For all the airplanes we know?
Pretty much commercial.
Really? Yeah.
Commercial. I build parts for pretty much everything that flies, all the way from fighter jets to a commercial 737s, whatever you're flying on today, we build parts for it.
This is the part that I love, and I wanted to get this out very quickly. It is woman-owned.
It's a woman-owned business. We've been out in the Santa Clarita Valley here now since the late 70s. We employ about 230 people thereabouts. I exist in about 250,000 square feet of building space, and we are a machine shop, which means we have small machines, medium machines, and very, very large machines which build very, very large parts.
You mentioned being part of also the defense industry.
Yes.
Mentioned it very briefly. That must be very satisfying.
Absolutely satisfying, because we support everything that this country involves regarding air superiority. We manufacture parts F-18s, F-35s. Again, everything that basically flies, we supply components for.
Do you personally do any of this flying?
No, I do not. I do not.
Ever have the
Never had the bug, a little bit, but not so much. So I'm not a pilot.
You're behind the scenes.
But we're behind the scenes, correct.
This company is rather big. I'm hearing 250,000 square feet.
That's correct.
That's big.
Pretty good size.
That's a pretty good size.
Pretty good size.
How are you as far as employment opportunities for the Santa Clarita Valley? What do you look for? This is a 10-part question. What do you look for? How do you train people? Are there mentorships?
Great question. And again, we've been out here in the Santa Clarita Valley since the 70s. So you got to remember, since that time, a lot of this area we were all existed was still onion fields. You remember the onion fields, carrot fields, and so forth. So watching this industrial base change out here for the last 40-something years has been a real challenge. So we are growing, have grown. We continually have training programs where we take people, and they've come out of the local schools, Hart, Valencia, et cetera, and we've taken people, we train them, and we have a training program we put people through that lasts anywhere from 15 to 28 weeks. And we train guys for careers in the machine shop business. And this is a career. And so what we're trying to train, we're looking for people that are not only smart, but good with their hands, have good applications to things, be able to put things together, understand math, things like that. We work very closely, or have worked very closely with COC and their training programs, with Holly Schroeder and some other great people over there. So we're constantly doing this evolution of training people to be able to work in our machine shop.
You mentioned several schools, all here at the Santa Clarita Valley. Do you like to focus on local talent?
Absolutely. We feel very, very strongly that hiring locally. As I heard your traffic report a few minutes ago.
Nasty,
driving
yeah.
on the 5 and the 14. I've lived out here again since the late 70s, of course, and we've seen this tremendous growth out here. But I don't travel out of the Santa Clarita Valley, and I don't want the people who work for me to have to travel out of the Santa Clarita Valley either, because that freeway traffic, I think this morning I listened to the gas prices, it's $4.25 a gallon for gas. And so we're looking for those people to get them off the freeway, let them work locally, live locally, shop locally, and support the local economy and community.
What kind of package do you offer to employees once they're in?
A great question again. We have a full benefit package, medical, dental, et cetera, paid time off, all kinds of other programs to go along with that. We're trying to build relationships with people. The average length of my employees is now something over 9 years. So everybody out of my 250, 230 employees has been with me longer, and I've got people that have been with me for 35 and almost 40 years now.
Wow. What do you suppose is contributing to that longevity? That's pretty big. That's pretty big.
It's been huge for us, and that's been we believe very strong in the people that work for us. We believe that those people are our business, and we revolve around them as opposed to them working for us. They are partners within our organization.
A lot has changed in, you said, I think 78 is pretty much when you guys came to the Santa Clarita Valley. So a lot has changed, but even more recently in maybe 20 years, in the last 20 years, have you seen things change between like a manual type setup versus, this heavy duty technology automation?
Absolutely. And so what we were doing previously in machine shop, as everybody remembers, especially guys remember taking machine shop in high school or junior high, is totally different now. So now what we're looking for is people to come into the industry who now have to have some computer skills, have to be able to operate the computer, because now it's automation, automation, automation. So our skill levels have changed a lot, and so we've evolved in how we approach people and how we approach those learning and training capabilities.
If someone driving around or knows someone who may be interested in this, sounds like a great deal, and it does. I mean, the longevity, at least from 9 years up until 30 years, that's just the company must be amazing to be so attractive to these employees. If someone says, I think I want to do this, I think I want to get in contact, what's the best way for them to do that?
The best way is certainly through our webpage and through our web portals. We have application process in our web portal, so you can go right in the web, and again, to look for that, make the application, and we're going to get back to you very quickly. Of course, we get a lot of people that drive by and come into the company. We come into the lobby, we're going to give you a contact sheet, we're going to set you up an interview, come back. There's a small amount of testing we do to kind of look for your aptitude to see if this is something we think is going to be good for you and you're going to be good for us and a good fit. And then hopefully we'll be able to make you, bring you on board and put you within the training program and train you for a career that is very rewarding, for a long-term basis.
Steve, 2 more questions, and then I'll let you go. I know you're a busy guy. You said they can come directly to you guys. Where's the location?
We're at 27756 Avenue Mentry in the Valencia Industrial Park. So we have.
Is there a cross street?
There's a cross street, and then I think it's Avenue Scott, I believe.
Oh,
Yeah.
piece of cake.
Sure.
Piece of cake. And the website is what?
www.forestmachine.com.
forestmachine.com. If you are in the car, you can't write anything down, not to worry, because you can call us here at the station and we'll get you there. No problem. Steve, thank you so much for coming in. I learned a lot today.
All right. Well, thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.